Imagine opening your feed and freezing on a single frame. Lyn St. James at dawn on pit lane. Visor up, eyes set, the kind of calm that makes a racetrack go quiet. No haze, no soft focus tricks, just morning light, the scent of fuel, and a legend who wears pressure like a second fire suit. It doesn't feel posed. It feels captured. Proof in pictures. The opener puts her beside the car as crews roll it forward. Air guns clatter somewhere down the lane, tire blankets steam, and the sky is still deciding what color to be. She rests a gloved hand on the cockpit rim, checking something you can't see but trust she knows by heart. Nothing begs for attention. Everything earns it. This is how speed begins, with stillness, swipe, and the frame turns technical. Inside the garage, telemetry screens glow, colored traces climbing and falling like EKGs for machines. Lyn stands half-lit by monitor spill, one finger tracing a line through a lap, the other hand cradling a headset. No drama, no grandstanding. Just the look of someone who can translate data into distance gained. The light off the displays paints her in blues and golds, and you realize clarity is its own kind of glamour. Next, the grid. Grid marshals wave, photographers hover, and the grandstands murmur like weather. She slides into the seat, belts cross her chest with hard clicks, and the crew chief leans in for a last word. The lens catches that half second when ritual becomes resolve. Gloves flex, jaw sets, eyes narrow. The frame holds because the moment does, then motion. The camera pans late and barely keeps up vibration in the curbing, the nose sniffing for apex, a blur of paint and sun flare at corner exit. You don't need a speed readout. The picture tells you everything. There's a tiny countersteer at mid-corner and a perfect unwind to the stripe. Smooth looks slow on video. In photos, smooth looks inevitable. A pit stop snaps the tempo. 4 helmets over the wall, 1 jack up, the car breathes. The world turns into a metronome of impact wrenches and clipped radio calls. Lyn's eyes log dead ahead as the visor fog ghosts then clears. Fuel probe out, wheels hit the ground, and she launches with a throttle stab that sounds like a door slamming on doubt. The frame freezes the exact millisecond the rear squats and the future stretches in front of her. There's a candid beat most teams would cut. A loose strand of hair escapes when she pulls the helmet off. A smudge on her cheekbone she doesn't bother to wipe. A grin she doesn't bother to hide. Someone hands over a bottle. Someone else cracks a joke. She shakes her head and laughs without surrendering an ounce of focus. That's the save and share shot, the human under the heroics. Golden hour slides across the circuit, and a long lens catches her cresting a rise against a sky turned molten. The car looks carved from light. The rumble strips glow like runway markers. It's not loud, it's decisive. You can almost feel the steering go weightless as the suspension uncompresses, then digs back in. The photograph practically smells like hot brakes and ambition. Back in the garage, debrief. Hands move as she maps the lap from memory. Brake shape here, patience there. Don't chase the rear, invite it. Engineers nod, annotate. Ray run the sim. The shot is all hands and eyes and pen taps. The kind of frame that reminds you races are won with sentences before they're won with throttle. If these frames stopped your scroll, tap like, subscribe for more Truth First Motorsport galleries, and drop a comment with the moment that hit you hardest: the telemetry glow, the pit lane launch, or that golden hour crest that looked like flight. Real light, real grit, real speed. Proof delivered.